Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to the Half Court Podcast. Once again, I am Darwin. Got AV behind the camera, and we have a special guest today. We have the creator, not Tyler, although his last name is Tyler, but we have Alex Taylor. Right? I got it right this time?
Yes, you're right. You're right, bro.
Been getting it wrong for some reason, but welcome to the Half Court Podcast, my brother. So kind of tell us what you do and just kind of go from there, man.
I'm a podcaster. It's literally the only thing I do. So I have 3 shows currently. I do the Alexander Taylor Show, intertwined with my girlfriend, and then I have a Let's Do Therapy, which is a mental health podcast. But I'm trying to branch out, do videography, stuff like what you do, trying to learn the aspect of it as well, just to be overall creator. Cause,
can you break down what those podcasts are about? Like those little...
Oh, yeah. So the Alexander Taylor Show, I started off originally, it was called I Know That I Know Nothing, because I've always liked that quote, because I believe there's infinite knowledge out here in the world. And I eventually switched it because I was like, it's not really fitting my dynamic. Excuse me. So I changed to Alexander Taylor Show just to talk about whatever I wanted to talk about, having the homies on, have whoever on, and just chill. And then I did Let's Do Therapy, which is a mental health podcast with a therapist, because I'm really big on mental health. And I was like, I kind of want to, branch out and do something else I wanted to do like that. And then I started recently with my girlfriend. We go intertwined. So we talk about, couple related things and drink wine and, just kick it, because I've always wanted to do something like that too. It's 3 shows. I'm like, damn, I feel like I can keep going, but I feel like I didn't want to, put too much into one show to confuse people. So I was like, let me branch out and do 3 different.
But I mean, the thing with that though is it's not like you're having a guest at every podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could still, I mean, if you're doing a podcast with your girl and then the other one's you can just be you can literally schedule yourself like Monday, Tuesday, and you can put it out there.
Exactly.
Like our shit is a little harder because we gotta have a guest. So sometimes people can't make it or whatever. Yeah. But with yours, I mean, you could make.
Well, and I think now's the time, brother. Like, and that's what I was telling you when I went to your podcast. Because if you guys haven't checked his channel out, what is your channel?
Yeah, it's Alex Taylor Productions.
Yeah, so I was featured there, which was a pretty awesome, amazing experience. Like, I got to be on the other side of, the people asking me questions. So that was pretty tight. But it's just a matter of now just taking the time to post like as much content as you can, because right now everybody's just sitting at their house just like, what is next, So I feel like with you, like Aaron was saying, if you don't have the mission of having guests, then just throw shit out there, man. Just keep
because like if you don't really have guests, that means you could just like pick a topic and then be like sit there with your girl and because you're gonna be doing that anyway. You're gonna be sitting there with your girl anyway, so you might as well fucking film it.
With the Alex Taylor Show, that's the one you want to like kind of have more guests.
Yeah, that's why I have like
bring
the
people in the city.
Have guests on exactly. Like I'm trying to feature some people network out there. At first, I never did that. I was really just me and the homies kicking and talking, smoking and chilling and talking. And then eventually, I was like, I kind of want to switch it up, start talking to people that have interesting stories, or just talking to somebody with some intellect to learn something. So for that one. But that's true though. If I don't have a guest, it's the Alexander Taylor Show. I don't really have any structure to it. I can just do whatever. So if I want to do an episode by myself and just talk some shit, I could do that too. I mean, I like that more too, just so I can sit there and just talk some shit and kind of vent, get some shit off my mind, type of thing.
Yeah, kind of like who does that? I forgot.
It's almost like a late night show type thing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they have a guest, but like they do shit by themselves.
Mm-hmm. They do little monologues and talk about some shit. That's why what got me into podcasting really is like hearing that authenticity. You know what I'm saying? People just on there vibing, kicking it, and talking shit. Some people do it by themselves. Some people will have guests, but that's what I liked. Is I didn't really give no like this podcast is gonna be about this. Even my description, I just literally say I'm gonna talk about whatever I want.
Exactly.
So no one goes in there really expecting much from it.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
So yeah, he's a youngster, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just gotta find what, like, as far as scheduling. That's what I think, and that's what I tell people that want to do shit. Like, just fit it into your schedule as far as like having a workflow. Like, for example, we'll film whenever our guests can. And then I know for a fact that every Thursday an episode's dropping. Every Thursday. That's like just commitment. That's something I committed to myself, like every Thursday. So like my workflow is most likely Monday, Tuesday, I'm editing that podcast, and then I'm dropping it Thursday. So that Wednesday or Tuesday, I'm already thinking about the thumbnail, thinking about the title, uploading it on all platforms. So right now, this podcast that's going to drop today, today, I had it ready 2 days ago, but I had everything ready, title, everything. Just that way, comes Thursday, boop, I just hit the public button. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why it's hard. I mean, if you have 3 fucking podcasts,
that's what and I told him too. I was like, man, I don't know how the hell you're gonna do it.
Well, I mean, you put out that one pretty quick. So if you're putting everything out that quick, then that means it's doable.
For real.
I mean, if I sat down and edit them, which I should be doing, but if I sat down and edit all of them, it would take me a little bit longer. But yeah, definitely. Like I have to record with my girl, and then I'll have to do one with the therapist.
You don't have a structure yet, like as far as like every Thursday I'm uploading episodes or every so and so.
No, not yet. That's why when we had that conversation, I really took that and I was like, okay, because I mean with podcasting you got to really have consistency, and that's what you have. And at the beginning I did have consistency, but
you got to think about it too, bro. This is barely our 18th episode, so I mean, what is it? 18 weeks that we've been doing it? Yeah, that ain't shit.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I was trying to give them props because I'm like, y'all had already had the cameras, and I was like, that's really nice because in this day and age, I was talking about that like with Joe Rogan. People want to see that, the people like to see the visual. People wanted to watch my stuff on YouTube, but I didn't have no cameras yet. So I'm having people download the podcast app. Yeah. And they don't even know what that is really.
Yeah, I think it's more of prioritizing both. That's when we started this podcast, we wanted to make sure like.
I mean, and it was a good thing that we already did video,
Exactly.
And then because then now this shit kind of came easier. Like
it was like a full circle when I was watching your stuff because I was like, I thought you just came out of nowhere starting it. I don't even remember how I found you. Oh, we talked about that. I was the Toby, yeah. So I remember going to your page and I'm looking and I'm like, where'd they come from with the podcast stuff? And I seen you did the sports thing first. But then I was like, okay, so they already, and I seen like your other channel where you did like videography and the music video. I was like, oh, okay, that's dope. That was full circle for you. You already had the cameras.
Yeah.
Bring it in with the podcast. Yeah. And that's dope.
It's just like anything, bro. That's like what I tell you. Like, you never should get discouraged. Like, all this setup or all this, like what you have right now, you got something nice. I mean, I was there. It felt to me like a podcast. So I left there. I was like, damn, that's tight. I was featured in the podcast, So I feel like you just got to work with what you got. And like I said, you got your phone, bro. And I meant to tell you, like, because you were talking about frame rates differences. Yeah. You can adjust that on your phone. So like I would recommend to keep like your Canon at 30 frames and then your phone, you can adjust it to record at 30 frames. So that way you have both of them at a 30 frame mark. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so,
bet.
That's the second angle you can have.
Okay, bet.
And with that, you don't have to worry about it because that records unlimited. Just make sure you have plenty of memory.
Just make sure you got enough light.
Exactly. I think the lighting is important because yesterday I was at the mountains and I was recording some stuff just for the fuck of it, right? And
here what helped us is that instead of having to set up a bunch of lights, we bought these bulbs. So these bulbs that you see in the corners.
That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, it reflects off of the white.
Yeah, if you have a white painting and shit like that on the walls, that reflects it. It bounces, so it creates a soft light. That's why our lighting is pretty good. But just, with the iPhone, because I was like, yesterday I was at the mountains and I was recording with my buddy and stuff, and he had the iPhone 10. And I was like, looking at the image, and I'm like, fuck, this shit looks clean, But there was a lot of light. It's outside, you know what I'm saying? But it's, at the end of the day, you don't have any excuses as far as like just putting content out there. Like even people that just only have a phone, if you have an iPhone 10 or even an A or whatever, shit, you can still get good quality. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I got a homie. He does a podcast too, and he's been doing it on his phone for like 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah,
and he still. But that's one thing that motivates me with him because even though he's on his phone, it don't stop him. Like he legit be out here talking to everybody and anybody, DMing people in their face, and I'm like, damn, bro, that really helps me learn that.
Do you watch Gary V?
Yeah, I do.
So
I do occasionally.
You should, like. At this point, bro, that's one of the guys that really motivated me, and I always say it thanks to AV because AV gave me, like, he was like, probably 4 or 5 years ago, you were like, cause I remember you was cutting me up, and you was like, this guy Gary V, bro, check him out. Yeah, he started watching his shit, so like after that, it was game over because like I said, if I have to meet like Drake or Gary V, I'll choose Gary V, just because I'm gonna get more value. Even though Drake is kind of fucking a missionary. This nigga is out here still putting numbers up, has the OVO store, but I'll still choose Gary V.
I'll slap his ass, bro.
Say what?
I said I'll slap his ass. Drake, he's soft.
But I like, Dame Dash
like his
is?
music though.
Yeah.
I'll slap his ass.
You said what?
Dame Dash, Dame Dash?
Dame Dash?
Yeah.
That's his nigga's guy. You
bro,
know what I'm saying?
I fuck with Dame Dash.
AV loves him,
yeah,
bro.
I like Gary V, but I don't know. Dame Dash approach, I guess.
The thing with Dame Dash, though, bro, is not a lot of people like to hear that shit. Like, like if my sister heard not even 2 minutes, 2 seconds of Dame Dash, she would be like, I can't listen to this guy.
Yeah.
He's too arrogant. He's too full of himself. Like, because he is. He also he pats himself in the back all day.
Oh, man, I feel like shit. I like that though.
With him is like it's a 50-50. I respect the man. I respect what he's doing, but I also look at it like, why did you break up with Jay-Z? I also look at it like, why you don't still have more money.
Because he's a very selfish. Like if it's not his way.
Like that's not a good business practice.
That's why he's by himself.
Yeah.
And his wife. Like right now, his studio is just him and his wife because he says that he doesn't like dealing with people. He's like, I don't like niggas. Like I just don't. So he learned the hard way.
It was that Breakfast Club interview I watched. The first one, I remember watching that thing like, this man tripping. But when it come down to it, I was like, that's true.
5 years later, what is everybody preaching?
Exactly.
Independence and not having a boss. And
that was
because it came from. But if you see him on the second one, you can see his vibe is way more chill. Like more, he looks more like a grown up. On the first one, he was kind of like just talking shit. Defensive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And on this one, he was just like. He was just chilling. Was like, I told y'all, that's.
But it's crazy. It's the only. I think he came with that energy because they listened to him, and I think that's what Charlamagne said. He was like, "Thank you for the information." Because I was like, at the time, they look at him like, "Bro, you bugging." And next thing you know, DJ Envy's doing real estate.
Yeah, everything he told him.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And he was right. And he been saying, but he says that all the time. He
see, that's one thing that people don't get is like the tone of things. Sometimes when you're loud and you say cuss words or they're like, oh my God, this guy is fucking losing his mind. But it's like, if I said it nicely, and you probably wouldn't listen. Like, sometimes you gotta fucking like slap a motherfucker.
Oh, he definitely set the authority on that episode, on that first episode of the Breakfast Club. And that was something that really like you said, it's true. But with that is he's a good businessman. Like, I like the movies he's done. It's a low budget. He's been able to make a story out of it. So that's another example, because you showed me that one, and that one is like hood as fuck, but it's reality. It's what happens in the streets, And as low budget as it was, it kept me into it. I was like, damn, like a lot of fucking shooting, a lot of like, you gotta make a name in these streets,
And the shooting shit can get cringy, because like when you're doing like in low budget, you can fuck that up really quick and make it look fake and like just like fuck this shit, it's corny. But he made it looks like a nigga's really getting shot.
So props to him on that shit. And
so who's your favorite? Who's your person that you look up to? Like,
to be honest with you, it's really, I be listening a lot of Dame Dash, Jordan Peterson. He's a clinical psychologist, and he's so knowledgeable. He wrote a book called 12 Rules for Life that I started reading that I like a lot. So. 12 Rules for Life. It's over my head. It's over a lot of people's head because he's very intellectual. He's very smart, and he's really, pretty deep. But it kind of can change anyone's life if you really let it and you really read it and you kind of just let go of everything you think you know. So like him, and then
you gotta like humble yourself down though before you read those type of books. Like, be ready to be fucking.
Exactly, you're gonna be slapped in the face some of that shit. And just, right, like people like LeBron James, like shit like that, like him being a basketball player, also opening up schools and shit, like just something like that inspires me. I like looking at people just do shit out of the norm. You don't see that often.
Yeah, LeBron is amazing, man. LeBron is the type of person that is a role model, but the amount of hate.
It's almost like the perfect person. Like, this
like the amount of hate.
He's still with the girl from high school. Fucking.
He raises kids.
Like, I hate you.
Amazing.
That's why people hate him, because he's so perfect. He's like, they're like, how?
Right.
Like, how?
Man, 35 getting buckets right now.
Exactly. You're 17 still getting buckets.
Yeah.
But the amount of hate this guy gets, and it's like nothing to him. Like, he just.
That's miserable motherfuckers, bro, that are hating on that.
Yeah, it shows you that. But all this, going back to Dame Dash, all this shit shows you what his, like, the advice he gave everybody is like, to show you, like, in moments like these, that's when that advice
comes in, man.
Yeah,
because it's survival. Yeah. Right now it's survival, and I think that's what people don't understand with this whole. Even me, I know that life is like a jungle and shit, but right now we're living at a time where you seen how bad it got in how many weeks? 3?
Yeah, it's been
in 3 weeks it got. There's nobody in the street. Everybody's scared. So in the next 3 weeks, it's gonna be worse, because we're gonna see people around us dying. Shit, it's gonna be bad, bro. So all that advice that we use in the workforce, we're gonna have to use it to survive. So like, that's crazy.
Did y'all ever thought it would get to this point?
Yeah, I think I did.
Did you saw it coming?
I didn't see it coming now, but like back when I was in like 11th grade, bro, that's why I started researching all this shit and trying to get. It sounds crazy, bro, but I don't know. It could happen, bro. Like you're just. And I was born in Mexico, so in Mexico, that's how it already is. It's already fucking. The cartels run shit. Like, it's survival of the fittest type of shit.
Yeah.
So the thing is, in the United States, people aren't used to that. Like in fucking Iraq and shit, kids are used to getting kidnapped and fucking shit like that. Here, we're not really used to that. Like right now, we're going through a fucking crisis.
What about you, Alex? Did you see it coming?
Nah, bro. Like for a few weeks ago, I heard about it, but I didn't really think it was gonna get to this level. And the fact it's probably about to get worse is like blowing my mind. But it just shows how I guess America can be kind of self-centered. Like a lot of people want to think about themselves and what the fuck they got going on themselves. But at the end of the day, you got some shit like a virus that you can't see. You see people freaking the fuck out because it's like
the crazy thing with that shit is like you said, we're selfish. So you still got a lot of people that are like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna be broke. Like a couple days ago, I posted something that said like, because people were complaining about being essential or whatever, having to go to work. And then there's people that don't have a job. So I was like, where the fuck, if you have a job, and you don't want to go, quit, but you're afraid to go broke, so you're out there risking your life. That's what it is. So don't complain about it. Just go do the fucking job. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or quit.
One or two things.
Yeah,
that's
or
it.
Quit.
It's simple as that.
Yeah, simple as that.
But we're
people
fucking.
People don't want to quit because they're like, fuck that. Like, I don't want to give up the.
But that's the thing, bro. We're so fucking. We complain about everything, bro. Like,
you might have to go a whole fucking month with, let's say, $70. Like, are you ready? That's why people aren't doing. Yeah. They're not quarantining. They're still out there cutting hair. They're still out there fucking, because people aren't ready to just live on the minimum, on the bare minimum. Like when you're in jail, you're eating fucking soups and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like if we would have all done that from day one, we probably wouldn't be where we're at right now. But we didn't. We didn't listen. We were just like, nah, nigga, I gotta pay bills. I gotta do this. Until it started.
It's crazy. All this shit is really crazy just because they say that Trump knew this since January. And that's when it started popping over there in China. And he didn't take the measurements. He was like, you know what? That shit ain't going to, it's not going to get to the United States. And it just ended up being this crazy shit.
I think Donald Trump just wasn't, his mind was probably on a whole lot of other things, like the wall, like war and shit like that. He wasn't thinking about no virus. Like, I think that's a very like kind of like American thing, because he said it. He was like, here in a few months, like, we're gonna have to go back to the normal.
Yeah, he has been.
Like, this is the United States. That's how he thinks. He's like, this is the great United States. We're gonna, we got.
You can't go back to the normal when this fucking virus is killing thousands.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. He wasn't prepared because he wasn't thinking about no shit like that happening. Like, he's used to controlling everything with money, but then when something comes that you can't control with money like that, what the fuck are you gonna do, bro? Like, his whole life he's fixed every problem he's had with money. Or a lawyer, or a virus doesn't give a fuck about no money or lawyers.
You got celebrities, billionaires thinking, like, panicking. They know they're not safe. And this shit is really crazy because more than the virus, what I'm really worried about is fear. The people. Like, I went to fucking academy and there was no bullets. The guns, they were low on guns. So, like, what? Like, what are you guys doing?
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
Like, what are you guys planning on doing with this shit?
This is turning into a survival of the fittest type thing. A lot of people are thinking like that. So they're thinking, okay, this nigga got all the toilet paper, but he don't have a gun. Because I work at a barbershop, so I seen people go from, like, this ain't shit to, like, niggas scared. Like, they come in and they went from, like, what up, bro, to, like, I seen it.
This shit is crazy. I feel you on that. And it's so awkward because, like, us, we're used to that shit. We're used to, like, the dabbing up and fucking, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, hugging your family members and shit, to the point where, like, you see people that you, like, haven't even seen in weeks or months and shit, and you're like, shit, Wakanda, or, you
can see it in the podcast even. A couple weeks ago, you were like, fuck that shit. More people die from the flu. Like, I ain't worried about it. And then
look, and it's still not just because of that, because at the end of the day, the number still is bigger. If we have how many total are there? Like, it doesn't even get to 5,000 yet, right?
500.
As far as the coronavirus,
it's getting up there, but it's not there yet.
Because I know New York is a big portion of that. New York is at 15.
Today I read it was 1,000 deaths in 24 hours. 500 belong to New York.
Okay.
It's still like, at the end of the day, it still doesn't. It's not going to top the flu. It's not going to top heart disease. It's not going to, but it's getting there. You know what I'm saying? Just doesn't mean because it hasn't topped that number that, oh, fuck. Like, we all took it as a beginning as a joke. I took it as a joke because I was one of them persons. I was like, you know what? I'm young. I got a strong immune system. I barely get sick. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried about me, because if my time comes up, my time comes up. That's it. But I'm worried about the people that surround me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like my homie. He has like a home gym and shit, but he has a family and stuff. So he's like, oh, you can come to my gym. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always out and about. And like I said, like I feel great. I feel amazing. And I always take the right precautions and shit. I always wear gloves and shit. But you never know. So I just try to stay away from it as much as I can and try to minimize me going out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the best thing to do. I mean, I was the same way. I took it as a joke. And then I think when Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell and these healthy athletes,
they were like nothing, right?
Yeah, I know. And it's like, what the, hold on now. Y'all telling me it was only supposed to be 50 or older was in danger. And then now you're telling me Marcus Smart.
But that's the thing. It hits everybody different, though. That's like, have you noticed that shit?
That's what makes it really scary. You know,
KD was like, oh, yeah, I got I'm just, you know, in quarantine. But like, I was like, and them motherfuckers they are fucking freaks of nature. You know, they're like fucking genetically built for that shit. But I don't know, bro. I just feel like you always have to still at the end of the day take the right precautions. But you never know, because now they're saying like,
hey, Drake was kicking it with KD and he didn't get it. They tested him and shit, and he was cool.
But they said some cameraman that worked for the Jazz got it. Like,
God damn, like the cameraman, not the cameraman.
I was like, damn, bro, this is fucking, this is crazy. But I guess it puts you in perspective. Like, you got to get your shit together, because I mean, you know, some shit like this happened.
Bro, I was still thinking about cutting hair. I cut hair last week, I probably did like 15 cuts. And I was so tired afterwards because I was just thinking of every little thing, like brushing my shit off extra clean, changing gloves, like fucking
disinfecting your chair and shit.
Like it was like fuck. So I thought about it and I was just like, man, fuck it, I'm not gonna cut. I'm just
feel weird for like a germaphobe. Like that's how I was just pumping gas. And I'm over like, oh shit, I'm tripping. I'm putting Germex on, wiping shit down. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. But at the same time, you gotta take the right precautions.
It's so weird because we should be like this as far as like, and I've always been like that. You know, I've always had a little fucking Germex on deck on my car, and I always have wipes. Wipes were my favorite things to buy. Maybe that's what's
happening right now. Maybe God is like, for the people that believe in God, it's like a timeout. Like.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Like wipes are my favorite, bro. Like wipes.
Be more mindful of your every move, because that's what's happening. We're becoming more, you know, you're aware thinking about your every move type shit. Because
yeah, I feel you. And like I said, I go back to this shit is like, I just want people to stay calm about it. Don't fucking freak out. Don't do some crazy shit, because you don't have to necessarily buy a shit ton of toilet paper and leave maybe people that really need it, you know, and food, and like overbuy fucking meat.
Yeah, now you have some guy with fucking 40 packs of toilet paper, and then you got a family with 5 kids that doesn't have any. Like,
and not only that, just also the food, bro, because they'll go ahead and buy a shit ton of food, and that shit goes to waste because they weren't able to eat it all. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the only thing I pray for, is just like, humanity, don't lose your shit, man. Just take it easy, stay at home, and be kind. Like,
we're all in the same
unity
situation.
is like the important thing. Even though we got to keep our distance from each other and shit, like, just, you know, unity and shit. Like, show love to each other and shit. You know, like, we're in this shit together. We got to fucking fight it and come out of it one day, you know? So, like, just keep calm. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Shit's crazy. And there's a lot to think about when it comes to this shit. There's a lot to think about, and I don't want to get too deep into it, especially if I get into the conspiracy theory side, you know, of it. But I was watching an episode yesterday of Joe Rogan, actually. He was kind of saying how this maybe is a thing for, like, how are we going to recover from this? Is it going to be the same as it was back in the day, right? Just normal life. Or is it going to be to the point where if you go to the store or whatever, you have to fucking scan something or check your temperature to make sure you're at a certain, you know what I'm saying? Or they're going to keep, like, they're going to track us everywhere we go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. What you think is going to happen?
I might go back to the motherland. Oh, no, they're not. You can't even go back.
You can't go back.
You can't go nowhere right now. No one can go anywhere.
Unless you do the opposite. Just go back and climb the fucking wall.
Unless I can find a plug that has a little airplane or something.
I don't think they can even fly.
For real?
I don't know, bro. Because you got to ask permission. When you fly, you got to ask permission.
I guess. God damn it.
So,
because I know Khabib had the UFC fight coming up, and he's stuck wherever he's at. I don't know where he's stuck at, but I'm heard he's stuck. And I'm like, if he can't get here to go do a UFC fight, then no one can do anything right now. There's people stuck all over the world.
And like I said, bro, it's like I don't want to get too into the conspiracy theory, but the way China was able to beat this shit is because they have cameras everywhere, and they can detect each face where they're going and shit, which is the scary part, you know.
They're trying to do that here?
They're eventually, I think that's why 5G, that's where 5G is going to kick in.
As long as they give me a fucking valid social, I guess I'm cool. I'm not flipping packs or nothing, so I don't care if you know where I'm at.
That's how they were able to control that shit.
Yeah,
because of the camera scanning, and every fucking corner there's a camera. So I don't know how the hell we're gonna recover.
We're gonna be walking around like just smiling, like.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. You know, if they're gonna fucking track us and be like, you know, where the fuck you going? You know, and like they have to know because as of right now with technology and shit, like they have access.
They already do. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
because at like 4:00 it'll be like. Do you want to go here? Like my map thing.
Oh yeah.
Like it gives you like at that time you're usually at this spot.
Right.
So like,
and the crazy is like when you put an address in and shit, it's like you're gonna be here at this time. How the fuck you know I'm gonna be there at that time?
Because you had your location on.
This shit crazy. Scary too.
But we allowing that access though, having these phones. That's what's wild. I'm like, but you don't want to walk around without something, you know,
and like,
an
bro,
iPhone or whatever.
How many times do you read the agreement thing?
Never, brother. That is.
It's crazy.
It has all kinds of shit, and that's why Facebook got in trouble. But our dumbasses, we don't fucking read.
No.
So we just scroll. When we see the accept highlighted, all right, boop, accept. But like I said, Facebook got in trouble because of that shit, because they were giving data, our personal data, to other fucking companies so they can sell us advertising bullshit.
And that's against a fucking idiot, and then see that in the agreement.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we all are data right now. I mean, essentially, we're getting sold to companies to see what the hell we look at. I mean, I will look at something. I think everyone's seen it. Look at something on Google and then go on Instagram and I see ads for it. So I'm like, how the fuck does that connect? That's weird. You know how that work.
And especially like hackers too. Hackers have access to it.
Exactly.
I don't know if you saw, like there was a news article. Well, not a news article. It was a hacker got into a security camera it was a baby's security camera. And he was talking to the camera. So he was talking to the girl, the little baby and shit. That shit was scary. And man, it got me thinking. I'm like, fuck, man, I can't even, like, every time I fucking watch porn and masturbate, I'm gonna have to cover the goddamn camera and shit. Like,
hey, there's people.
Imagine that shit.
Yeah,
you know
bro. There's
like,
a lot of people I see with.
I can't even masturbate in peace.
Their webcam, like they keep a tape over it, they keep it covered, bro.
Yeah, that's why, like, I now get it. When old mans used to come in, like, because I used to work for a phone company, and they would come in with the camera covered up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know, and he was like, yeah, I don't want
There's a lot of paranoid motherfuckers, bro. Yeah. But it's like the homie JB said one time, this dude I was doing videos for, he was like, every time he came in, he was just like, so I was like, bro, like, why are you fucking always paranoid? And then he just looked at me, he was like, it's good to be paranoid.
Shit, you rather be paranoid than, I guess, think nothing's going on, I guess, at the end of the day.
Like, I guess
goddamn.
In a certain degree is always good because you never know. But damn, I don't want to be that guy that's like looking and
having
shit.
The head on the swivel, like what the fuck about to happen?
Nah, bro. So I don't know. I don't even at this point. I don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know what to fuck. I'm worried about businesses.
Okay,
too.
My conclusion to this is like create as much content as possible. You know, read some books.
Are you creating content?
Yeah, I've been editing shit. I've been right now we're creating content, aren't we?
I got my eye on you, brother.
I put out a video yesterday.
You said what?
I said I put out a video yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit. Good shit, brother. Good shit.
So shut your fucking mouth, man.
My bad. Yeah. So I'm like I said, bro. I'm worried about.
They be your own homies, bro.
Homie.
Yeah. I'm worried about businesses because you don't know what business is gonna come back from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It might be a business you love, like, you know, gyms or fucking taco places or, you know, like shit like that.
Barbershops,
like
I'm telling you, bro.
There isn't a plan for that.
I was affected firsthand. Like I'm out of a job right now, basically. I'm fucking.
You still have a job?
Yeah. Luckily, I still, because we're considered essential. So luckily, I am. But like, for instance, all of our employees are at home now. Basically, they just they took computers. And they're at home.
Are they working from home or just?
They're working from home.
Okay.
I mean. So they took computers from the.
Okay, yeah. At least you guys have that option.
I know, and I'm like, it's crazy. I walk in, there's only like 2 people in the whole building. I'm like, this is wild. Like, we're really living through a pandemic. This is gonna be history one day.
How many employees are in that?
There's usually like 10 or so in there, but sometimes I walk in there and there's literally nobody, or it's gonna be like 1 or 2. And it's different feeling. It's kind of eerie sometimes. Even driving around when I was coming here, I'm seeing people at the bus stop, gloves and masks on and shit, and I'm like, this is really wild.
It's kind of weird, huh?
It's really weird.
Like, even me, when I put on gloves and shit and I go to a place, I'm like, I feel weird.
Just for
not used to this shit.
Bro, this nigga came in with a little glove today, looking like Michael Jackson.
So it's definitely something we're not used to. It's definitely something we're not prepared for. Clearly, you can.
Are
just
you
tell.
ready to die? That's the question.
Well, we talked about this shit, and I told you, bro. Like, nobody wants to die. Well, some people do, but nobody wants to die. But if it comes to it, if my time is up, then my time is up. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like,
real nigga shit.
Real
nigga
shit. Like,
comfortable with that though. I'm just wondering because I talked to.
Are you okay with dying?
No. I talking about. I actually just.
I don't want to die, bro. Like, I got a lot. Of, you know what I'm saying? But
I mean, you just
risked
risked your life
though,
to come to this podcast.
You did.
Do what?
I said you just risked your life coming to this podcast.
I know I did. I know we risk our lives coming outside every day.
Even before all this bullshit, every day is a survival.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying? Like, freedom is just an illusion. Somebody can pop in this fucking door and put a bullet in our heads. That's it. We're done. You get what I'm saying? Or even going to your favorite supermarket or fucking gas station. Somebody. Oh, speaking of that shit, there is an article. I don't know if you guys saw it. Somebody fucking put a bullet hole on a nurse's head because
there's a lot of idiots out there.
You see,
shit,
bro.
Yeah, like
how
she had her
fucking
scrubs.
insane. Like,
yeah,
she had scrubs and she just got out of work.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, he yelled at her like, "Hey, you're putting the public in danger," and just shot her cold.
That is one of those things though. When I look at people like I had an ex-girlfriend, and when she would wear her fucking scrubs to the store, I'd be like, stop, fucking go change, because that is nasty, bro.
They're proud of that shit though, bro. Like,
I don't give a fuck, nigga. You just fucking could have treated somebody with AIDS or some shit, and you're over here buying tomatoes. Like, that shit is nasty, bro.
That's crazy to how much nurses are very proud to wear them scrubs.
They are. I mean, it's like anything, bro. Like,
think about that.
Yeah, because you can see them. Like, I've seen them at the mall with their scrubs and shit. Like, even at the gym, bro. I saw a lady fucking running, and this was like months ago. She was.
I guess it's one of those things, like you said. Like, this is all shit that we should have been paying attention to, but we didn't because we're so busy getting money and fucking going to clubs and spending the money that we just made. So we're not even thinking about this shit. That's why right now, it's reality check. Yeah. People are like, damn.
I don't know, bro. I don't know how long the government's going to control 350 plus million people.
Have you watched those fucking live videos with Donald Trump and his squad up there?
Yeah, I watch
those motherfuckers are clueless. They don't know
I watched one for 10 minutes, bro.
They're just saying shit that sounds good. Like,
exactly.
And if Donald Trump, bro, sometimes I'm like, that's a real nigga, bro. Because the vice president is sitting there politically saying something, answering a question, and then Donald Trump is like, look, stop. He just went on for about 5 minutes, and he's a professional. He does his job lovely, but he didn't even answer the question. I'm gonna answer the question. We don't know.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's like, that's a good question.
Yeah, they would ask him shit, and I'm like, let me see what this guy got to say, right?
Like that dude, fucking, he's trying to give up. Like, he knows what the fuck is going on, bro. Donald Trump is like, I don't know, bro.
But that's the thing. Like, I get the professional guy because you got to keep people calm. Now, if Donald Trump comes in and say, I don't know. What do you think people are gonna do?
Freak the fuck out.
Not even our president know what the fuck is going on. They're gonna panic,
bro.
You get what I'm saying? So it's
that's what I'm saying. People are just used to getting taken care of. That's the problem.
That's America, brother. I saw it yesterday for a good 5 minutes, and I couldn't do it because they would ask him shit, and he was like, one of the questions was, why don't you consider locking down the whole United States? Because they leaving it to the governments and shit. And one of it was like, every state is not the same. So, I mean, I'm like, but every state has fucking cases. So why don't you just lock the whole shit down where nobody can go out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks? We'll thug it out. Fuck it, you know? That way we can get rid of this shit and get back to normal. And that's what's crazy,
though. We're on our third week, it seemed like. And I'm like, if they would have shut this bitch down from the
certain states have it shut down.
You know what I'm saying? I know. And then the governor of New York has said that, though. He's like, you other states, y'all think y'all not about to get to us, but y'all are getting to us. And I'm like, that's scary to think that he's warning, like, hey, if you have low cases now, just wait. Your cases are getting higher. And Oklahoma's one. Like, I heard we're going. Like, I heard our numbers are increasing. And that's the thing. Like,
don't wait for it to get to 1,000, 2,000 to just lock the damn state. Like New York and Florida, that they're getting to that level and shit. Lock it down. Like, just lock the whole shit down, because that's what happens when you lock it down when it's too late. Then you create all this chaos. You got to build fucking hospitals at fucking parks and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Hospitals and tents and shit.
Exactly.
Like,
so
weird as fuck for like a movie right now. I feel like a movie, like a bad movie.
I watched the live video call yesterday with a doctor, and he was basically, this reporter got an interview with the doctor, he FaceTimed the doctor in the hospital as they're taking care of people.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so he's like, bro, this dude looks like he's just traumatized. Like he's just like
they wasn't ready for that.
He was
shit,
like,
bro.
we got nurses in here with masks that their parents that work in construction made for them. So you see doctors in there with like those paint masks and like filters built out of shit like construction people use. He was like, we just don't have enough supply.
Yo, Patrick showed me yesterday. He showed me his brother how he's going to work. Christian, the RN, bro. He looks like, you know, the fucking people from Monsters Inc. You know, those people that had the yellow. That's how they're like getting to that. They're getting to that point. And you got to keep in mind, bro. These people are risking their lives, but they're doing their jobs. So like that motherfucker that shot that nurse, like, bro, come on, she's just fucking putting gas. And at the end of the day, she's doing what she's doing every day, which is risking her life to fucking stop this shit. Because just as a doctor, the nurses are there to help. You know, the doctor can't do much without their nurses and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of fucked up. But at the end of the day, I feel like you shouldn't have to wait for this shit to get bad to just lock up the state. I feel like we can thug it out for 2-3 weeks to fucking prevent this shit, lock it down. And then another question.
I mean, that's the thing, though. You're always gonna have those rebels, those people that just don't give a fuck. So it's hard, man.
I don't know, bro. I think it affects.
A lot of people think they're invincible, and I remember living like that too, thinking nothing can touch me, nobody.
Not just that, like there's a lot of people too that don't give a fuck about life, bro.
That's
like
true
if
too.
They don't care if they die.
Yeah.
They don't got nothing to lose. They don't. Yeah. So they're just like, fuck it, nigga.
I had that thought, bro. I don't know why I was walking. I was actually still going to Walmart, and I'm in this bitch, and I'm like, I don't know. I told my girl, I'm like, I wonder if there's somebody out here like that has the virus and knows they have it and intentionally going out to places because, you know, it's evil fucking people.
I seen this white dude on live. He was at Walmart and he was like, I just got my results back. They were positive. He's like, but where am I at? He was at Walmart. He's like, basically what they're doing right now is if you have it, they're sending you home to quarantine yourself with nobody knows if you're really gonna do it. So what this dude was saying, he was like, if you're old, stay the fuck home because right now it's not a time for the weak to be out. He's like, I'm out here.
Wow.
So you know he's one of those dudes that doesn't give a fuck. He's so like, and that's what he even said in the video. He was like, if I got it, then y'all can get it too. I don't give a fuck.
That's it's like anything, bro. It's like when fucking people have fucking AIDS and shit, they fucking giving everybody AIDS and shit. You know, it's like anything, bro. Like people don't give a fuck. That person doesn't give a fuck. But I don't know. I feel like it's gonna have to get to the point because right now we're at like probably at this point we're probably at least in the state of Oklahoma we're probably at like 800 by now.
I think
in a matter of days it went up by 80, almost 100.
Yep.
You know, people infected. So, and that's without telling. But it's weird too because if you think about it, it's like you were saying, AV. Somebody was had the coronavirus, right? They went to the hospital, and how much were they charging you? Charging the person
500 plus.
500
plus.
Not everybody has that shit, bro.
No.
And then he said that they were like treated. He was like, bro, as soon as I came in with that case, like they were looking at me like hell nah, stay away from me,
they're
motherfucker.
There to take care of you, but at the same time they gotta take care of themselves. So you come in there with that shit, they gonna say back the fuck up.
But that's the system that they have. First of all, if this is something that's it's a pandemic already, why fucking charge to get tested? I get that maybe people are going to overreact and be like, I got a little headache, my throat's sore, let me go get tested for the coronavirus. But those people that might really have it, that don't have the money, they're just going to be like, fuck it, I'm just going to have to.
It's a jungle out here, brother.
It is. It's getting serious.
I think when it comes down to it, though, when all this shit ends, I feel like it's going to be, a learning lesson. I think America probably is going to change a lot of
Hopefully,
shit.
man.
They're going to realize
I feel like we're hard-headed.
So I think I should just be the president. Fuck it.
Man, I'm telling you. Anyways, that's funny because like they ask him about the oil field and shit. He's like, just know that the price of the gas is going down. It's gonna be 90 cents a gallon. So just know he gave us some good news. But what is the point of gas being so cheap when you can't fucking go out?
Donald Trump was in the WWE. You gotta think about that shit. Everything this fool does is just like
entertainment.
That's what I be thinking, bro. I was watching him on WWE wrestling getting his hair cut and shit, and now he running the country. I'll be sitting there like, this is really fucking crazy.
Is this America? Is this what we
really
choose?
What the fuck going on?
When it taught me that it was a jungle, to be honest, when Donald Trump became president, I knew this shit was a jungle because this nigga has robbed from the government.
Mm-hmm.
He's dividing us.
It's a fucking jungle. That's what it is. Like
it's a dog world. That man, he don't give a fuck. He doing a lot of scandals came out. That's what blew my mind. He on camera saying, "I grab girls by the pussy."
And he's the president right now.
And he's the president.
This virus came from China.
And saying shit like
I mean,
that,
just the shit he does on those. I'm telling you, that dude was trying to be out politically correct, and he stopped him. And he was like, "This guy just talked to you for 5 minutes trying to give you an answer. We don't know."
I mean, it's just I like to keep it a buck and keep it 100 all the time, but at the same time, like, as someone that doesn't live in America and I looked at this, I'm gonna think a certain way about that country. I'm gonna be like, that's the person representing the whole country. Just think about the previous presidents we had and how they.
Bro, they would have already bombed his ass if he didn't have some sort of power. I think
that's true too.
Because he'll sit there and talk shit. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, they could be saved. Just tell them to give me a call."
Yeah, that man. He don't give a fuck at the end of the day.
The whole NFL shit. He was like,
"I'm sure we could sit down and negotiate something."
He gets no fucks. That's what I'm saying. Like, this motherfucker would go and you know, when the whole NFL bullshit came out, he's like, they should fire that son of a bitch.
Calling them
like,
thugs
bro,
and shit. Yeah.
It's like that dude Joe Exotic that I was telling you. That motherfucker ran for president.
Any idiot can do it, bro.
Anyone.
Literally. Yeah.
If Donald Trump could do it, I'm gonna keep anybody probably could.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye's like, I'm gonna run for president. Fuck everything. You know?
Okay, so now that we're talking about this serious shit, are you gonna keep doing your podcast?
Yeah, I mean, if I can't get any guests, I'll probably just do it by myself. But I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay. And then where do you work at?
I work at Mazio's call center. So when you call, like, Mazio's is a call center, so I'm a manager there. So I don't do shit but just answer questions about random shit all day.
And then you try to stay home as much as possible.
Yeah, really. So. I was going to Walmart and shit, and I was like, you know what? Because I have asthma, so I was like, I'm low key like a high risk a little bit. So I was like, let me not be going out like that. So I really me and my girl just go walk every day, go like early wine or whatever, and just try to experience going outside and shit, walking and enjoying the fucking earth. Because I'm like, eventually it might get to the point we might not be able to go outside at all.
Yeah.
So we need to do that shit.
On that, I think, like I said, it was the perfect time.
What about you, man? Are you going to keep doing what you're doing?
Let me challenge him real quick, Alex. So which one right now are you going to go full ham on?
I think, I don't know. I've been trying to
I got to hold you accountable, brother.
No. I've been trying to really focus on the Alexander Taylor show because I really been doing it the longest. And that's just like my brand. It's me. And I really want to focus on that. So I've been trying to get out. Like, I'm working on trying to get a new logo. I'm going to try to start making sure to do it every weekly, a certain day. Like, put an update out. Like, hey, look, this every day. Hold me to it. I'm putting it out.
So, okay, you're pressured right now. At least content once a week. Because if you do the everyday thing or every so-and-so, you're going to burn yourself out. Because it's just too much shit. That's why we do this shit weekly. If you have, let's say in a day you record 2 fucking episodes, that's it. You have content for 2 weeks. But we want something weekly. So give us something weekly and then set up a schedule where it's like,
I'll tune in and share your shit every week.
Yeah,
do it.
exactly.
I appreciate that.
And then make it a certain week, whichever day. If you want to do Tuesdays, Mondays. Just keep it consistent as far as the days. That way people know, and they're like, I have people hit us up, bro. Like, oh, you dropping an episode today? I fuck up on the times because I'll be saying 3, but sometimes they get carried away and upload it at 5.
Yeah,
but they're there.
They're
there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's going to expect it. And that is cool. You trying to create that. And like I said, never focus on the views. Never focus on the comments. Yeah, the engagement, obviously. But the views, as far as it, just focus on, like, how can I distribute this better? How can I make sure it gets out to other people? So, like with this one, bro, what we normally do, we'll send you a 1-minute clip, share it on your podcast, share it on your Instagram and all that good jazz, and we share it. And, like, it's just everybody's sharing their shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, find that, sit down, and see, like, all right, what I'm gonna do to just put content out there and have it ready, and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just hold yourself accountable to that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, right now, you got it here. You're pressured, so we expect that, and like, we're always looking for shit. Like, I've watched your episodes and shit. Like, it's cool that you had the therapist in there, and you even said it, right? You reached out to how many therapists?
I reached out to 11 therapists, bro.
And he was the only one that.
He was the only one that well, a few other responded, but they just gave me like, oh, I can't do it and shit.
What did you say? Because you were like, hey, can you come to my podcast?
I literally was like, this is, I've been diagnosed with this mental illness. I've had this type of battle, struggle, whatever. Gave my little story. And I was like, I'm just looking for somebody to come on, because I was just getting like at least one episode, bro. I just wanted to sit down and talk to therapists.
That's awesome, because you being a therapist, you like, man, you got to pay me, fool. Like, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so like that therapist, that's
hey, shout out to that therapist.
Yeah, what's his name?
Wes Warner. Shout out to Wes Warner. Yeah.
If we can get him in the podcast, that would be awesome, because we appreciate that.
Because I need therapy.
Doing it for free, bro. Yeah, exactly. And I just started going back to therapy via webcam, because I just like to be able to talk to somebody and just get the shit off my chest.
Can we talk about that, bro? Because you kind of mentioned that, like you had a depression and shit.
Yeah. So I was actually in a very toxic relationship. Well, to give a background too, this was crazy with the podcast stuff. In 2014, I wanted to do the podcast stuff. I was in high school, sophomore.
And you already was thinking like,
I'm already, because I was, y'all know who Charlamagne the God is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he started his podcast stuff, and I started listening, and I just really liked these niggas going there, talking shit, cussing, doing what the fuck they want. And that's how I kind of like to be. So I was like, I could see myself doing it, because, why not? And I remember at the time I was with the girlfriend I was with then, and I told her that, and she was just like, I don't know how my family's going to think about that. I don't really, she kind of shot it down. And then I just never really went into it, and my dreams was just boom, gone. Like, I was like, I can't do it. So then next thing you know, we were still together.
Well, when you say your dreams were gone because she crushed them for you, like you was like,
okay, let me just explain like this.
Be like, nah, I don't want to.
Right, but I'll be like,
I don't want to date a fucking podcaster.
I'll be like, fuck that.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
That's what
someone
like, normally would do, and that's how I am now.
So that back in, you would say you were probably a little bit weaker mentally. Is like, you
let
that shit get to you.
Yeah. Because with toxic,
it's big. I feel you on that, because it's your girl.
Yeah.
Exactly. I get you.
So you're thinking like, damn, it's either my podcast or her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how
exactly. Or it's because it's really just let me be myself. Because like the girl from when now, she lets me do that, and I told her, I was like, your family's gonna listen to me say shit that they probably not gonna like. I'm gonna be me though. So like if we have to break up over that, if there's some conflict, let me know. I will split. I love you. I want to be with you, but I have to be me, because I couldn't be that for 3 or 4 years.
If we had those little clap things right now, it'd be that.
Bro, we're gonna get it pretty soon. Y'all sound effects with that shit.
Told me get in that road.
Bro, that shit gonna be tight.
Yeah.
But I hear you on that, because my girl's parents were like that. They're old school, and like they don't like tattoos. I like tattoos, and I'm eventually gonna get a tattoo.
What's this goofy nigga doing with the camera?
And then I do, like I said, I say a lot of shit. I work for a dispensary which my aunt and my swagger, they don't like the weed shit, and I'm very open-minded about it.
Hilarious though, because you don't even smoke.
That's the thing, and that's what I was saying. Like, I don't smoke, but I like being around weed. Like, when I go to the dispensary and I smell all that shit, I'm like, damn, that shit smells good.
And it's just a good community to be around.
Yeah, and everybody's chill, relaxed.
Exactly,
bro.
Yeah.
So, the most important was just being yourself. So, kind of like when you gave that news to your ex-girlfriend and she said, fuck no. What was it like? Like, what did you do?
Really, I'm not gonna say I gave up on my dreams type of thing, but it was just like, you go to your significant other and you tell them some shit that make, oh, hey, I'm excited about this. And they just kind of give you that look like, chill the fuck out. You just like, fuck, so never mind. Because at the time, I'm thinking I'm going to be with her forever type of thing. So, like, I'm like, I ain't going to never really do shit. But I like in high school, I really had no goals or real big ambitions. I hooped a little bit, but I didn't really I didn't love it. You know what I'm saying? I would be late to practice, or I wouldn't just give my all in practice and shit. So I kind of had that realization. I'm like, hooping and sports not going to be for me. And I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do, like, at all. And then, so eventually I was just going through life, like, just blowing with the wind, just doing what the fuck ever came. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I remember, like, avoiding going to family events, avoiding talking to people, because they would get that question, what are you doing? You about to graduate. What are you about to go do? What are you going to do? And I was just like, I really, like, for a few years of my life, bro, didn't do nothing. I didn't go to none of my Christmas. I didn't go to Thanksgivings. I didn't do shit.
Because it was you're just like,
out of the anxiety of like having to deal with the fact I'm around other people who doing shit, and I'm gonna get those questions, and I'm that kid that's being looked at. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
You're like,
it's a deep ass.
And then exactly, it's like
that's why
they expect you to do the regular shit.
For the past,
are you going to school after you graduate? Are you going to university? Like, what are you going
I just dropped out.
Exactly. You come up like, nah, I just want to fucking do podcasts or YouTube videos, or like they're like, or become a rapper, or like they're like,
I just want to cut hair.
I just want to cut hair. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I definitely get you on that.
Because my older brother's a high school basketball coach. So it kind of put a lot of pressure on me, because he was doing a lot of stuff in the basketball scene. Like, he had AAU coaching, and then he was doing high school coaching. And he was moving, you know what I'm saying, making connections. He knew a lot of people. So, like, for me, there was kind of this shadow on me. I was like, fuck, like, you know, everyone looking at him like he top dog, and I'm not doing shit with myself.
That's how I was with my sister. That's
crazy. So you were saying, huh?
Even my parents, like, because my dad would put that pressure on me. He'd be like, you got to figure it the fuck out. Like, you getting older, like, you got to figure the fuck out. I'm going to make you, like, this period. Because my dad grew up in a hard life. So he's like,
what ethnicity are you?
Huh?
You're black?
Yeah, I'm half black, half Mexican. My mom's Mexican. My dad's black.
Oh, shit. So you got the fucking...
Yeah, bro. I had to deal with both. Yes, bro. Yeah. I had to deal with both kind of ends of the spectrum on that, bro. Yeah, definitely.
You had to deal with you better get your shit together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Las putas pilas.
Yes, bro. It was crazy. Like, my mom be on the phone talking shit, you know, pink chip, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I know she talking shit. And I deal with call my dad, hey, boy, what you doing? You better not be doing no dumb shit. You better not be hanging around these people, blah, blah. So I had to deal with some shit from both of them at the end of the day.
So when you realize that, like, man, I got to do this shit because I want to do podcasts and I want to fucking, you know, keep evolving, and like, what was that process of, all right, I'm gonna start doing this shit?
So what it was, the girl I was with at the time, it was just very toxic for the both of us. So eventually it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and it finally hit up like its blow up point. I was just getting down on myself, and then she was just kind of not really. You could tell she was trying to exit, you know, but she didn't know how. Because when you're in a toxic relationship, and like I guess men too, a lot of men get to tend to be very controlling. And when you try to be controlling, girls want that autonomy. They want to get away from that shit. They trying to go out, be themselves. They want to wear what they want, do what they want.
Sluts.
Yeah. But when you're I guess having that mentality of trying to be controlling and toxic, you don't want them to be themselves, and that's very dangerous for anybody. So she eventually was like, I'm trying to be done with this, and I got really depressed and stuff. So I was like, just kind of questioning life off of a breakup. And I remember thinking at the time it was normal, but my mom.
How long was you in the relationship?
About 2 years or so. And I'm like I'm sitting in my room for a week, just in the dark, like complete dark. I'm not drinking, I'm not eating. My mom's coming in there crying, like telling me get up. Like, you know, I was going to school, I wasn't going to work. And it was something that changed my life, because I was like really questioning my life over a female. And that's one thing that blew my mind when it came down to it. Like, when it was all ended, I'm like, I'm really questioning my life over another human being. So then I had to start reading books.
And that's what happens.
It's a traumatizing experience, bro.
Exactly, it is.
I was with a girl for 7 years, bro. And
yeah.
So that shit right there, I know exactly. Like right there, I was like, damn, that's exactly how I was, bro. And because you lose somebody that you gave your all to, bro. Like,
and not only that, you might feel attached to them, that they're part of you. So when that,
it's like a death. It's like somebody dying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
when you
exactly.
Somebody like that, bro. It's like because they're every day you wake up and that's the first thing you do. Like,
text them, talk to them.
So when they're gone, you wake up and you're lost. You're like, oh shit.
But what's weird is like we didn't even enjoy each other's company though. That's the thing. When you get to is like
that's when it's done.
When it's toxic, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to remember sitting in a room with her and like
annoyed
hatred. You know what I'm saying? I could feel it with her on me. Like she didn't fucking like me, and I ain't fucking like her either. And we were like stuck together in this emotional ass, you know, toxic cycle. You know, you be happy one day, next day breaking up, next day. I'm like, that shit's draining, bro. But you don't notice it when it's going on because you kind of.
And I'm not gonna lie, after it was over, my career, like, because at that point I wasn't thinking about anything. So my career, like with my shit, that's all I was doing, bro. Editing, shooting, fucking cutting hair. I wasn't worried about, damn, what is she gonna think when I can't make it at this time?
Yes.
Fuck it, I'll go 2 days shooting videos, and I went all out. Like I was just like, I guess I was trying to get my mind away from it too. So that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
But it did move my career up. Like it was weird. So maybe that, you know, it's a blessing in disguise type of thing.
Definitely, bro. And at the time, I'm thinking this breakup is gonna end my fucking life. And the next thing you know, because so to finish that though, I was questioning my life and everything. So I started sending questioning text messages. So next thing you know, I ended up in handcuffs. It's an emergency order of detention. So I had to go get psychiatric help. No one could do anything about it. I'm in there 5 days. I just turned 18. My mom can't save me. Nobody can do shit. So I'm stuck in this mental hospital with grown-ass adults, something I did not think was going to happen. I was just depressed. I didn't think nothing of it. Like, it was going to turn into that. So I'm in this psychiatric hospital. I'm with all these people with severe fucking illnesses. Schizophrenia, bipolar, like extreme bipolar, people that really have problems. And I'm in there, and I'm learning so much from these people because we'd have to have these group sessions. And I'm in for some, they had no beds available for the 18 or older. So I'm in there with 50-year-olds. So I'm an 18-year-old with a bunch of 50-year-olds. And I'm like, have no one to kick it with, no one to talk. Like, I don't know what the fuck's happening right now. So I'm in there with these people, and they're all treating me, and they're talking to me like they're treating me like their kid or something, because they're like, feel bad for me, like, oh, why are you in here? And I'm just telling them, and I felt kind of dumb. I'm like, I'm really in here for this? Like, I feel kind of silly.
When you seen that they were there for like war,
or they killed somebody, or fucking some other crazy shit.
Other shit, bro. Like, I remember the dude I had the room with, he kept talking about killing people. So I told him, I was like, I'm not sleeping in there, bro. Like, I'm sleeping in the day room on the couch. Like, I'm not sleeping in there with that man, because he talking about killing people.
And you stayed there for how? 5 days?
I had to stay in there for 5 days. And
was that like a waking call? Like, shit, I need to wake up.
Bro, yes.
Like,
yes,
all
bro.
right, little nigga.
You can't, bro. You
like,
can't.
All right, little
yes,
nigga,
bro.
Crazy?
You can't go outside.
You was like, at that point, you question, like, was I really depressed?
Yes,
like,
bro.
Damn.
Yes.
Like,
Was I really, like,
get out of here?
Exactly. But that's how I felt when it got to the fourth, third day. I'm like, bro, I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, I was depressed, but I'm good right now, because you can't go outside. You can't even fucking look outside. I'm walking around this vicinity just all day, just by myself, taking 10-minute phone calls from my mom, just doing what the fuck I can to make myself feel better.
So how did you break from that?
How long was that shit?
It was just 5 days. So, like, it's mandatory 5 to 7 days. You got to be in there.
And that happened because you did what?
Because I started sending threatening text messages saying I was going to kill myself. So they were like, okay, well, you need, like, they called the cops. So, like I said, I'm sitting there, and to be honest, I'm on the phone with Suicide Hotline and the cops, and I'm on a 3-way call with them. And next thing I have two officers come behind me, 2 officers come in front of me, and they're like coming up to me because they don't know what the hell I'm about to do. So I'm just sitting there, and this feels like I'm just like feel like I was in a movie, bro. Because I'm just like, this is really fucking. I was the wake up calls. I'm in handcuffs, and I'm thinking they're just gonna take me home. And I hear them on the radio like, "Oh, is there beds at this place?" And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck's about to happen to me? So I was like, I'm up to like 2 a.m. in the morning because they were trying to find a bed. And then I'm just with this cop all day. We kicking and talking. And I'm thinking everything's cool. And next thing you know, when I got put in that facility and I was by myself, I was like, holy shit, this is a wake-up call. Like, the problems I had are not problems no more. Like, it's a breakup. It's sad. It's unfortunate. But I got to move the fuck on. Like, I can't be doing this shit to myself. And that's when I had to start learning, like, self-love, self-acceptance. And start kind of gaining that confidence. Like, no matter who I'm with, no matter who I'm dating, like, it matters what they
find your happiness first. That's what I always tell people.
Exactly, bro. It's about internal.
Once you break up and shit, yeah, it can get there. It can get depressing, but find your happiness. Like, find what makes you happy, and then you can make the other person happy if you are in a relationship. Yeah. But if you're by yourself, then find what fucking makes you happy. Find your fulfillment and shit.
I had to learn, in order to love someone else, you gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, and that's one thing we're not taught as men and as boys growing up. We're not talk about self-acceptance, self-love. That shit's you get made fun of for that shit.
Little corny nigga.
I got called pussy my whole life.
No, but it's good. It's good to talk to somebody, bro. Like, when you go in.
Bro, I'm not everybody, because I was that emotional kid, bro. Like, niggas used to be trying to
write a poem for a girl and shit.
Exactly. I ain't no bitch or nothing, but like, I was not that kid trying to fight everybody and be tough and shit. I was just that funny kid in the class chilling. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody said some fucked up shit, or I was having a bad day, nigga, I'll be in class like fucking crying and shit. Niggas want to call me pussy and all that. I'm like, that's fine, but at the end of the day, I know you deal with this shit too. You just deal with it at home and alone.
And that's why you're trying to beat up people, because that's how you deal with it. Like, you dealt with it being sad and shit. Some people just like, all right, I'm gonna go beat somebody up. Fuck this
shit. The way I see it, like, you can get those moments, but I'd be like, man, people have it worse. Like, like when I see people put status on Facebook, I hate my life and this, I'm like, bro, come on, like, you got a fucking roof, you healthy, you can do shit, you can change that mood, bro. Like, if you just post that shit and you're not doing anything about it, then that's on you at that point.
Exactly, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
That's the mentality I had to get. Like, it's a tough mentality, but I really started reading this book, and it's about, like, internally, like, not basically what is not letting external bother you. So in the book, I'm reading this shit, and I was starting to get mad, low key, because I'm like, what are you telling me? Like, my house fucking burned on fire. I'm not supposed to be upset. But the way he broke it down in the book, he's like, no, it's simple. Like, if something bad happens in your life, it's all it is, just bad. You don't have to make it like horrible, and you have to make it affect you your whole fucking life. Because you got people right now that'll tell you, oh shit, like, oh, why aren't you doing anything with your life? And like, oh, well, my mom did this when I was this old, or fucking they give it's like an excuse type of thing. Now, although the event was traumatizing or whatever, that does not mean it has to affect you forever. That does not mean necessarily you got to be impacted by it forever. So that's one thing I had to learn. I'm like, fuck, I got shit going on. There's some shit that's happened in my life. It's traumatizing, but at the end of the day, like, I can't keep just giving that shit control. I gotta have control. Exactly. You feeding that shit. And if you just keep feeding that shit, and that's the thing, when you don't know you feeding it, you just unconsciously feeding that shit. And every day you wake up, I hate my life. I hate this. I hate that. This went wrong. This went bad. But then, like you just said, if you kind of be more gratitude and like, I got a roof over my head, I got a mom that loved me, I got a dad that that's why having like a gratitude journal is important, because you start thinking like, oh shit, I woke up this morning. And the little shit, like I got both my arms, I got both my legs. Like,
exactly.
Oh, shit,
it's as simple as that. And then like with this whole shit, bro, it kind of made you realize, like, we was watching a homeless video we did, and I'm like, bro, these homeless have it really bad.
Yeah,
like, they already had it bad, but
that shit is year round, bud.
You said what?
They said that shit is year round.
That like, they have that shit year round, bro. Yeah. So like, I'm always grateful, man. I'm like, I got a roof under my head. I'm healthy. I don't got any fucking complications. You know, like, what do I have to, like, if shit ain't going my way, like, it's not gonna be that way forever. So what the fuck am I complaining about? So I always try to look at, like, try to switch like the negative around and kind of look at the positive side of everything. So it's hard to do, man. Not everybody has it in them just to be like, you know, fuck this shit and like move on, you know.
Yeah, I had to learn that lesson really hard though, because when I left the hospital, it was like I was a new fucking person. I mean, because like I said, you stuck in there 5 days, no one to talk to, nothing to fucking do. So nigga, I went to Chick-fil-A right after that. I'm smiling, hi everybody. I'm just on top of the world, because I was like, no one really knows, like, besides going to prison, to have everything you got. You ain't got no phone, you ain't got shit. You're just in somewhere, 5 days, nowhere to go. By law, you can't go nowhere. And you're also with people who are mentally really sick. So like, it kind of scares you at night when you're going to sleep. And it's kind of a wake up call. You wake up every morning and that person's just talking to themselves. And like, I remember one time this dude kept trying to walk through this door with the Bible. It freaked me the fuck out. My man had this Bible and he thought he just kept praying and walking towards the door and trying to open it. And it's a locked door, but he just kept praying, and he would just always repeat scriptures all day and walk around with this Bible and shit like that. Like, really freaked me the fuck out, because it's shit you see in movies. Like, people try to portray that shit as like some, you know, something that's abnormal, but it's fairly normal. A lot of people got these severe ass illnesses, and I had to learn that shit the hard way. So when I got out, I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, all them problems I got, they're not problems no more. Like, a breakup is a breakup, but I can move on, bro. So after luckily I got out that relationship, and then that's when I was like, it was like this next summer. So I started the podcast stuff, and I started kind of gaining that confidence, started doing my own shit, doing stuff I wanted to do, you know?
Oh yeah. As far as, so right now you to say like all of that taught you to be like, you know what, I need to be fucking mentally tougher than this shit. Yeah. And how confident are you on, like, with your stuff, like as far as the podcast? Because you were telling me that connecting with people is kind of like a little hard for you because you kind of hold back.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give people, AV, or what would you give Alex as far as like him trying to connect with other people?
You got it, bro. I mean, I would like, you got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got a story. You don't necessarily have to put yourself out there, but yeah, just be confident in what you got. Like, you got good shit. You know, you got the image for this shit. Like, you got it, bro. You know, like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. Like, it's not, you just have to.
When you present them, like.
Basically, I think at this point, all you need is, like, the consistency. That way people, you know, listen to Dame Dash more. Like, you know, maybe carry on that. Because me, bro, that's how I am a lot of times. Like, I'm not, I hang out with a lot of people that, let's say they have nice cars, nice shoes, they got money and shit, but they know I don't, but they still respect me the same because of who I am and
your work ethic and
exactly.
shit.
Work ethic and my honesty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you were so honest with us right now. You know that alone, I grew respect for you off of just you sharing that with us. Cause that right there, you were vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can't even do that. So that's why a lot of people respect me, just because I'm transparent and they go, yeah, I'm fat, yeah, I don't got a haircut, whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, you're still gonna call AV and
exactly. You know and this nigga doesn't hide. He's like, I'm not gonna hide because I don't got a haircut. I'm not gonna hide because I'm fat. Fuck it, you know. He just goes about it, and he's still AV at the end of the day. And that's how I feel like everybody has to be that way. Just be as real as possible.
And it is one of those things where you have to
don't fit in.
Yeah, it's kind of like just fuck it, bro. You know, it is what it is. People are gonna talk anyway, so like the other day, my workout buddy came, CAC. He came and so he's like, let's go smoke. We go outside. I take my shirt off, boom, like wave it off because it got hair in it and shit. And then he's like, oh, fucking nasty. Like, it looks like you're a pregnant, like you just gave birth or something. Because I got fucking stretch marks and shit. And he was like, you're fucking like that? So I was just like, yeah, nigga, I don't give a fuck, you know? Like, I knew he was going to talk shit, but I did it anyway. Because I was like, man, fuck this nigga, you know?
I didn't give a fuck, you know? That's how it be, but... I feel like, and this is what I always say, like, if you don't believe in your shit, who is? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, we go back to Joe Rogan when he started his first episode, like, with a nobody. If he didn't believe in his shit, who will, you know? Same with rappers and artists and shit. If they don't believe in their music, who is? So when you go to somebody, just confidence, bro. Like,
really, like, a lot of times, like, that shit that you think that makes you less when you express it, 9 times out of 10, somebody's going through that or some worse shit. So when they hear you say it, it makes them feel like they're not the only ones going through it. So it's like in class when you fucking want to answer something, but everybody's just like,
on me,
and then you just like, fuck it. Raise your hand, you say the wrong answer, at least, and then everybody laughs. But then now you got other people, like freestyling, that's a perfect example, bro. I'll be around niggas that rap and they say they rap and then they're like, drop a freestyle, and then they don't want to. Fuck it, I'll start freestyling. Even though it's fucking trash, at least I was the one that...
You took the step.
Yeah.
You broke the ice.
I know all of y'all niggas because everybody's just like, I know y'all niggas want to spit and y'all don't do it. So I'll just fuck around and this is what
because
it is.
In your head, if you don't want to spit, because in your head, you're like, maybe this shit is not that good.
Yeah.
And you're overthinking it, so you don't want to spit. But then you over here like,
and then they hear it and they're like, all right, fuck it. And then they jump in and it creates that little domino effect.
That's what I think. What I don't want to say struggle with, but it's odd because it's like a paradox in a way, because it's more of a, you know, when you live that, because like for 18 years or so of my life, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So really, I would tell everyone, really, I've been living my life for like last 2 or 3 years. So it's like I'm learning still, you know. So but I think most of what it is, a lot of people don't talk about is sometimes when your life is like very chaotic and shit, when things start going good, and when you start doing good, you kind of get scared, you know what I'm saying, and you can kind of get that self-doubt. And I don't really get doubtful about my product. It's just sometimes when you get shit going, like if I put my all and effort in my shit and it fails, that's the thing I'll be struggling with. And it's not good to do, but that's it's you gotta learn how to notice it though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like,
that's probably what you got from that relationship. You put your all into it, and then that shit failed.
Shit like
went
that,
crazy and shit.
Yeah, in general.
But I mean, it is one of those things where you just have to.
Don't be afraid of change, and then don't be afraid to fail.
For example, let's say we do fucking 1,000 episodes of the Half-Core podcast, and then for some reason it falls off, and then it's over with. That's just a part of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's everything that starts is gonna end, just like life. Like, we fucking were born, we're gonna die. So that's why those questions that, like, are you ready to die? And you said you're not. You know, he said he's fuck it. You know, it goes back to that.
Yeah,
it goes back to that. It's crazy.
So yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, consistency and being confident in your shit. That's it, man. So
I definitely tell anyone though, like, you know, you going through some shit or whatever, fine, because like the content thing, it does help, because I'm not perfect or nothing, and I'm not 100% all the time. But when I do kind of can get out of this rut I'm in, or if I feel some type of way and I can go do a podcast or edit an episode, it does give you an escape for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and it's something, if you enjoy it, it's fun, man. I
exactly.
like editing this shit. I like being in here doing this shit.
It's fun sitting there talking on the mic and shit. It's fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun. So it's just more of finding that, like, workflow. It's more of, you know, like, it's everything, bro. Like, it's just how, like, if you come to somebody and you want somebody in your podcast, and it's like what AV's saying, like, when they go and like do your research, and they'll be like, this motherfucker's consistent. Like, shit, look at all these episodes. They'll fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And there's gonna be people that don't want to come. Now, people are accustomed to the cameras and wanting to be in front of a mic and have 2 random strangers ask them questions and shit. But you have to be prepared to the no's. We've gotten rejected with people that we invited and stuff, but it's cool. Like, everybody's meant to be in front of the cameras, like I said. So you just got to be prepared for the yeses and the nos, for the failure and the wins, and just move on for that, adapt and overcome, pretty much. That's what it comes down to.
I do think it was dope, though. Like, I think you probably experienced it when people come on, and after they do it, they, like, feel really happy. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't expect that, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool to go watch yourself on YouTube and
like,
shit.
Shit, I was in a podcast, you know what I'm saying? And there's not much out here like us, you know what I'm saying? We're kind of, you know,
there's not, bro.
I found you, and who else has a podcast out here?
J Poe and Eddie Brosco.
Oh, J Poe, yeah. But his shit is live. His shit's
they're
different.
live.
Because like, if you want to go back to that, you can't go back to it.
It's just like you tune in or you don't type shit.
So it's like, do you consider that a podcast though? I don't think.
What's he doing? Just Facebook Live and
that's it.
Yeah.
And Facebook Live, and I mean they got microphones. It's really good quality.
It is good quality and shit, but it's just
they have badass guests, so it's kind of like I don't know, something different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a podcast.
Yeah, that's a weird question to figure out what is a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you consider it to? Because I know another podcast that does the same thing. They just have like one little microphone and they just Facebook Live, and I'm like, would you call that a podcast?
Still content,
like,
you know.
It's content. At the end of the day,
it's content. With them is that they do it every Thursday. I think So for the past like year, they've been doing it every Thursday. So at 7, you know. That I respect that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Content in general.
If there's 3 people watching them on live, they're still doing that shit.
Ever since we started putting more content out there, like I've seen people like friends of mine and stuff, they started doing like their YouTube channel, cooking channels and shit like that. And I've like noticed that like, oh shit, that shit tight. I'm with that, you know? And like I said, I always say, if you reach out to me, I'm going to give you, I'll give you some tips. I'll give you some advice.
Because it's good to have a community of people. Like, let's say if you can log in and watch content from 30 people in the city. That's fucking dope, instead of having to watch the mainstream or whatever.
That day when we were doing the music video for Padrino, their intro and shit, I saw a guy with a camera and shit. Like, he had a professional vlogging setup, and I was like, it threw me off. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not the only one out here, because I feel like I'm the only one, bro. We go out there when we vlog and shit. Nobody's doing that shit, like, and they look at us like, oh shit, like.
But see, I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know if it's because I'm from Moore or what, but I find a lot of people just only trying to show love to the mainstream. Like, I get a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, posting the clips from watching Joe Rogan or somebody, but I'm like, oh, you can't post my shit.
And it's crazy, bro,
you know
because with our shit, like, we started and not knowing if people were going to fuck with it. And, like, it's weird because all the people I have on my Snapchat, for the most part, they're, like, tuned in. They may not watch the full hour.
Yeah,
but they watch. They know that we have the Half Core podcast, and they fuck with it, So,
and that's the thing too, bro. You might not know. So once you start posting shit, like, you don't know who's watching, but they're watching. Like, we don't know who is exactly watching and shit.
And then sometimes you may have to do that thing where it's like, here, bro, I created this. Share it for me.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I did a music video for one of my buddies, and I was like, all right, bro. Everybody on your fucking Snapchat, send them the video and then tell them, hey, bro, can you share this for me? And they might not. Don't get mad about it. Don't be like, oh, this nigga's a bitch because he didn't share my shit. Just send it to everybody, and then you'll see who shares it. And yeah, I was going through my Snap, and I see it on this person's Snapchat, this person's Snapchat. So sometimes, like, you think people don't fuck with it, but maybe we're not doing the work that we need to put it out there.
Marketing right.
Yeah, and it goes back to that. It's more of developing that workflow. So with this, like, I already have the episode's about to drop like at 3. I already have a clip that I'm gonna put on every social media. I send a clip to AV. I send that clip to my guests, and you just have to, do this throughout the week while the new episodes comes out. Like, you have to constantly post it on your story. Like, okay, this is the new episode for this week. Go and watch it. Shove it through people's eyes, because they might not click the first time or the second time, but they're eventually going to click. One of them, like 10, if you show it to 10 people to give you a number, 4 are going to click on it. And then if you keep posting it every week until the new episode comes out, they're going to see it. You get what I'm saying? This is what we were talking about the other day about Snapchat. Like, I have a lot of terrible people on my Snapchat, so I started cleaning them out, like deleting them, because they just post dumb shit, and I'm over here like boom, 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 boom. But it counts as a view, and that view gets to their head like, this person watched it.
Yeah,
so
they all clicking through their shit, so they think
they're celebrities, which is fine. Everybody can do whatever the hell they want. But it's like what Avi's saying. Even if I did that, I watched it. I saw something. It's the same with the podcast. It's the same with your shit. If you're doing whatever the fuck you're doing as far as content, they're watching it. And if you keep with the consistency, posting every week, like every day or so, like a clip of the episode or whatever, like the podcast we did, I posted it like 3 or 4 times, different days.
Just trying to put it out there.
Exactly. Sure it's like a billboard. You might see it,
and
if it's a billboard of fucking toilet paper, to give you an example, you might be like, nah, I already have toilet paper. But if you keep seeing the billboard every time you drive, eventually you're gonna be like, oh, let me try that fucking toilet paper that they're advertising. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just all that, man.
And that's why I'm glad we connected. And that's why I'm glad when I connect to other podcasts, because it helps motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I need to get back on my shit, or I need to learn something new to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I done another dude's podcast. I went to his studio, like just coming in here too. I'm just like, damn, this shit nice. So I start knowing little things. Oh, I want to do this on my shit. I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what you want, what you don't. You know what I'm saying? So you just get a learning experience by doing it. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that be hating around the city and don't, you know, I think you noticed that there's a lot of people that don't, you know, uplift each other.
Exactly.
And they could just be, oh, fuck that, I ain't going to go on his show. You can come on, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, fuck that. You go on their stuff, you learn what their studio look like, you learn what equipment they're using, you learn what they doing, editing with, just to learn. Yeah. And then same thing, you know what I'm saying, learn that, oh, hey, man, you need to, like you tell me, hey, man, maybe you need to do 3 different channels, or maybe you need to make 3 different Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Give me some, what you think, so I can learn from you what you want to know too, or what I want to know, because I be wanting to know shit. If I'm watching your stuff, I want to see the cameras you was using. Like, this how we watch Joe Rogan and shit. We want to know what they're using.
Exactly.
We want to know what's going on.
Exactly. I feel you on that. And it's like, yeah, if you're passionate about it, like, I feel like that's the pressure I got to put, as like me giving you that good advice. I got to put pressure on you, because I can tell you all this shit. Now, if you're going to apply it, or you're going to upload every week, I don't know. I got to put the pressure on you. And once you leave these doors, you got to be like, man, like, all right, I'm gonna go to the house. And if you got I recommend all my, like, most of my friends, bro, I get a planner, write shit down. Okay, this person, like, I have a calendar. That's how, like, because I'm pretty terrible about it. So I have a calendar in my room, boom, and then I have my planner. So I have to look at both, because sometimes I don't look at my planner, but there's a calendar. Oh shit, I'll go to my planner, plan everything, like podcasts, write everything down, what you're gonna do during the day. So that way you can be more productive. And like I said, once the consistency is there, and you show your guest, they're gonna be like, I want to go there. Like, I want to go to the podcast and shit, because they see it. They see the consistency. So, I mean, shit, that's it. That's it right there, brother. So I would say that, and just keep putting shit out there. Don't learn from everything. Don't compare it. Like, shit, I don't got this, I don't got that. Fuck it. Just throw content out there, because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna really matter. It's the content and consistency. Yeah,
man. Because like you said, I am young, so I'm trying to learn, bro. I'm trying to learn, because I don't ever get that real realization. I am 21, so a lot of people do come to my studio and shit. They're like, oh, this is dope, you doing this, whatever. How old are you? And I'm like, 21 now. Oh, shit, for real, blah, blah. But it doesn't feel like it, because, you know, I done been through a lot of shit. I didn't think I was going to be here in the first place. So I'm like, fuck, it don't feel like nothing going on. But, because, you know,
that's what happens with a lot of people, man. They always, like, whether it's a podcast or just starting to put content out there, fuck, I don't got the camera. Fuck, I don't got the mics. Yeah. Fuck, I don't got this. Just push.
And then even like people who do that to you too, like, you just gotta like kind of zone people out, because they're gonna be like, they're gonna act like they're happy for you, but they're gonna ask you some question that's gonna make you. They're doing it to see, like, okay, let's see what this nigga's about. Yeah. So they're gonna be like, do you get paid for that shit, or you know, shit like that?
Yeah, bro, it's weird like too. That. I've had niggas how many views you get? Do that, bro. Like they're asking questions and they're giving advice and stuff, but it ain't necessarily to do really give me advice. It's kind of just trying to hate, but they're not trying to show the hate. Yeah. So they're gonna act like they with me and fuck with me, just so they can be next to me and trying to get an experience of it. And really, they hating low key.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like
you gotta block them out.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. Like, they'll ask either, how many views do you get, or how many subscribers? And I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't worry about that. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's when I tell people about the podcast or my personal vlogs and shit, I was like, I'm not worried about that shit. So, like, if you want to subscribe, you subscribe because you fuck with me. Subscribe because you like the content, not because of, oh, I have fucking 100,000 subscribers, so now you're gonna subscribe because I have that amount of subscribers, or you're not gonna subscribe because I have 100 subscribers. Like, come on, son. So I feel like with that, no excuses, period. Because a lot of us use that, like, to I don't have a camera. Well, I'm not going to do it until I have a camera. I was one of them. I'd be like, I don't got the logo yet. I don't got this. I don't got that. So I'm not going to upload. So it holds you back. It's the same with fucking recording. Like, if you're an artist, they'll hold back because they don't got the money for the studio. They don't then fucking put freestyles on Instagram, clips of freestyling, or you making beats or whatever the hell it is. Just put content, period. Don't let that shit be an excuse for you to hold you back. Because right now you can be, for example, I don't got 3 cameras. I don't got 4 cameras in. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm not going to do it. You know? And it's like, nah.
I think for you too, dope, like your old videos and even my old episodes, I fucking record in my living room. Like, I had nowhere to fucking record, bro. And then now I have like my own studio, but it's an in-home studio, but I got some sound panels up, got a table, got chairs, got the mixer, all that shit. I started off with a little ass mixer, 1 mic, and I had to record in my fucking kitchen, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, y'all know how Mexican mamas be. My mama trying to walk around the house. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to clean some shit. She's trying to cook some shit. She ain't trying to, sit down for an hour for me to record. So I'm in my kitchen, in the living room. I'm trying to do anything I can just to record. So then now I'm at the point where I have like an in-home studio I can do. I can go in there. I can record and edit and do everything I need to do. I can have 3 different shows in there. And I'm like, as the process is going on, you don't realize how like
blessed you are,
yeah,
bro.
Blessed you are, and how things are coming along. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you was doing them in your living room, and I'm like, that's crazy because I was too. And then now you have this, and as it's going on, you don't really sit there and think like, wow, like I really got this shit. You don't really get real thankful about it until
like it went from just like nothing to like we got a logo.
Yeah,
and it took us what,
bro?
We were like 8 episodes in without a logo.
Oh, really? Y'all were?
Like, one day, I was just like, man, bro, fuck it. Like, let's just get this shit going. I'll make because I can design a little bit.
Yeah.
So I made just a little something for us to just like, let's just go. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the name.
But when did you make that logo? Because we had like
it was like I think like on the second episode.
Yeah. So we already went without, like, a lot of people would even wait for the logo. So they'll be like, we threw that episode out there, and then AV was like just creating a logo, like, hey, what you think? Just to start. I'm like, fuck it. It's just to start. Like, it's not going to hold me back because it's not the logo I want. You know what I'm saying? So we just threw it out there, and it's crazy.
Like a couple episodes later, we created that one. And it's funny because that microphone is the same type of microphone kind of that I used on the original one. So at least the graphic designer already kind of had an idea of what we sort of wanted and shit. So
but that's the point, the whole point of it. When I started at my living room, bro, it was just me. And like I said, I had to force my brother to be behind the camera. Mm-hmm. So
Santi the shooter.
Yeah, shout out to him. And I have a clip of that. And I saw it yesterday because I was cleaning my computer. And I'm like, I'm going to save this shit because this shit is gold. Because it keeps evolving. Pretty soon we're going to have a new custom table. Yeah. Shout out to Manuel Valles, and then AV.
The original El Chavo.
Yeah, so they're going to custom a table for us, and it's just a part of the process. Like I said, we're going to eventually upgrade our shit, and that excites me, but it won't hold us back. Because right now, if somebody wants us to do the podcast at their house, we just pick up these mics, pick up the thing, and we'll go to their house. We've done it before with J Poe. Shout out to J Poe for letting us do that episode at his house. So you also got to keep the mobility. If we have to go to you, we'll go to you. But I think it's cool to just have that kind of diversity. So, yeah, pretty much that, bro.
Mm-hmm. Being diverse is definitely it, too. Yeah, bro. Just having – because y'all have had a variety of guests on, too, on top of that. And like you say, because I can do the same. Pick up your shit, and I got to come to you, I'll go to you. But that kind of shows, too, like, I'm willing to do this episode with you. Because if it's a person that really got some followers or they really got they got a message – then fuck it. If I gotta pack up all my shit and it's gonna take forever or whatever, I'll take it to
J Poe, that's how it was. I know how J Poe is, so I knew that
was the moment.
Because I said I was like, "What are you doing this afternoon?" He said nothing. So I was like, "You trying to podcast?" Put him on the spot. Right,
you gotta get him in the spot.
He said, "Yeah, let's go. Fuck it." So we did it. You know, if we would have sat there and been like, when can you do this? Or it would have not. He would have been like, man, I don't know, bro. Like,
trying to get time set up and shit. Yeah, but
I don't know.
Yeah, because I had that moment. I had he's a co-owner of a real estate company, and I was like really nervous about that shit, like extremely nervous, because he was coming with his videographer and they had the ring light and the cameras. It's the first time I've done anything like that, and he come up. And I'm nervous as fuck because I'm like, this is my first like real interview, and I know he got a little following, so people gonna see this shit. But it turned out to be a great fucking interview. But I think that's what it is. I had that moment of, I can't be nervous. I can be, but like I got to do it. Like at the end of the day, he wanted the date and time. We set it up. He brought the cameras.
I think
and shit.
it's human nature. Because shit, when I was in your podcast, I was like, the fuck am I gonna say? I don't know what questions I'm gonna be asked. I don't know if the guest did his research, the host. So it's like I gotta make sure you get put on the spot. I get put on the spot, and shit, I'm fucking. I thought like
you did good though. I watched it.
Yeah, me too. And then I was concerned. I was like, did I fucking, I was like, I had to question myself, but I was like, fuck it, whatever, because I don't give a fuck at the end of the day if it, so I was like, fuck it. And then when I watched it, I was like, oh shit, this shit good.
I gotta tell you,
proud of myself.
Y'all need to read. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Have you ever read that book?
Nah.
Oh, you got to get that shit, because that whole book, that's what he talks about. It's just not giving a fuck about a lot of shit. And
it's like with Karina, the girl that was on the podcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what she was saying. She was like, before I moved to the other shop that I wanted to go to, I started thinking of all the scenarios that could have happened, and then I was so scared but then I did it and none of that shit happened.
That's what's crazy.
She said everything went good. All the bad shit I thought about didn't even. So I'm like, imagine if she wouldn't have took that step just because of all the shit she was scared about. She would have missed out on all this other fucking.
Yeah.
I think sometimes
that shit crazy, bro. Yeah. I'm hella excited to fucking get all the people back and just see what's up. You know, that's another fucking. Not even in 5 years. This is just like to the point where we're like, it's been a year, it's been 6 months, or whatever the hell the case is. Let's see where you at. You get what I'm saying? Because
I might be homeless, nigga. Shit.
Hey, we'll go under a bridge and do the podcast if we have to, bro. Fuck it, we out here. We're mobile, nigga.
But bro, like you were saying, bro, I was thinking of a quote I heard. It's like sometimes we suffer more in our minds than in reality. Because if you think like that, like you said, she was thinking all the scenarios of shit that could have happened and they end up not happening. Because you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just be in our heads so much about shit. Because like you just said, if somebody really wanted to sit here and be like, you know, I ain't got this camera, I ain't got this microphone, I ain't got this, or this can go wrong, then you ain't going to ever do shit. And I think a lot of people who end up not chasing their dreams is because of that, bro.
I don't think there's such thing as the perfect moment. I don't think there's such thing as the perfect time. Mm-hmm. It just happens, period.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm going to wait for the perfect moment. Like, I was remember with the podcast, and you were like, man, fucking throw an episode. Like, just, I already had it ready, bro. Like, it was edited. Like,
I had, bro, he was like, plan A didn't work, but fuck it, we always have a plan B. And I was like, fuck plan B, bro. And then he was like, what? I was like, yeah, bro, fuck plan B. And at the time, he was like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Yeah. But that's what I meant. Like, bro, like, you don't never know. This is still part of the main mission, so don't think about it like plan A, plan B, plan. No, it's all going to the same.
Exactly. You know, that's what I was saying, because we recorded episode 1, which is the Reborn. That's what I like to call the Reborn of the Half Court Podcast, and it was at the old shop. And then I edited it. I had it ready probably that same week, and it was ready. And I was like, let's do more episodes. But we didn't do an episode until like 4 or 5 months ago. But I still haven't uploaded that episode. And the Navy was like, fucking upload that episode, bro. I'm like, bro, we don't have, because I wanted to stack those episodes, have at least 4 before I throw that one out. He was like, nah, let's do it. I was like, bro, you're planning on doing an upload weekly. How the fuck are we going to keep up with that? Let's do it. Let's put pressure on ourselves. And we ended up doing that shit.
That's dope.
So on our episode 2, we were supposed to have a guest. And
they canceled it.
They canceled.
That's when y'all did that one together.
They just backed out. And we're like, fuck. So I'm over here like, bro, I guess we'll just have to wait. And then Eddie was like, nah, bro, let's do one of us. Fuck it. And that's how that shit happened. So like, that shit crazy, bro. Cause it's like, they just after that, it just took off. Like we've been fucking blessed and fortunate enough to have a guest every week. I know now it's going to be a little bit tougher because of this whole situation, and maybe not everybody wants to be out here. So,
but just know we're keeping our social distancing and
exactly, we're taking the right measurements and shit.
Hey, they got some hand sanitizer,
and we don't know if this is going to be our last episode.
Yeah.
So, I'm always prepared for everything, but hopefully it's not.
We'll just keep it going, just me and you talking about some shit.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that, bro. Although people watch it. That's the thing too. Like Joe Budden, they said they're about to stop doing this shit for like a while. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Joe Budden, the biggest podcast on Spotify right now, stop it. So I was like, all these, they said they're stopping for right now. They're not stopping, but they're taking a period to wait till all this shit ends.
So they don't even want to be around each other?
Yeah, because they're in New York. So Joe Budden just said on his last episode, he was like, I'm just letting everyone know this might be your last episode for a minute. Now, who knows how long that is? But
Joe Budden, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like if Joe Rogan out of nowhere be like, you know what? I'm not going to do this shit.
You never know. He fuck around the mic.
He's in New York. Maybe some of his family's being affected.
Or nobody wants to go to New York. Or no.
Because the thing is, he doesn't have guests on his podcast.
Oh,
Joe Budden?
But that's what he said. But he's just saying.
Because Joe Budden is just him and like.
Well, I mean, more Rory and Maul and then Parks.
Oh, it's the one where they're sitting in the couch and shit, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so that means that they're scared to be around each other. I don't know.
But they're in New York though, so that's what he's just saying. He's like, we gotta be cautious. But I'm like, for that though, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, all content creators better put their shit out, because you may be able to just take the ear from somebody just for a moment.
That's what when you ask what are you gonna do, I mean, putting out content, whatever I can, whatever. That way, if I whatever does happen, nigga, at least.
Y'all remember us.
Shit we did.
Yeah. What was the thing you was gonna ask me before because I asked Alex something and then you was gonna ask you asked Alex something and you was gonna ask me. I forgot. Do you remember?
I don't know. I just smoked the blunt. So
I was gonna tell you though, bro. I went to Joe Budden podcast live in Dallas, and that shit was eye opening, motherfucker. Because I'm sitting here like, these dudes is up here. I'm talking about the whole building is filled, and I'm like, these men on the stage just kicking it, talking. getting paid, like chilling. Dope, and it's not about getting the paid part too, but I'm just thinking the aspect
bro,
of it.
like if you built it up to that fucking level to where people give a fuck like that. Like,
it's like with Joe Rogan, bro. Like the episode we saw where he's teaching somebody how to kick. This nigga, like they're just chilling, bro, and then like this nigga like like the comments was funny because like Joe Rogan's wife, I bet he's talking with other females. Joe Rogan teaching niggas how to kick and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like talking just dumb shit. Like,
yeah, but that was eye opening, bro. Cause I'm in there. It's a bang of people. It felt like we're all just kicking it together. Like we're in a big ass little stadium, but it's like we was all kicking it. And they's up there talking and drinking and just talking shit. And I'm like, that's wild that this man's able to travel the world, go to LA, go to New York, do whatever. And there's people filling that arena just to hear them kicking on the stage and talk. So that was very inspirational for me. But yeah man.
I feel like it's all patience too.
Definitely.
Like once you hop on this road, you got to know it's going to be a long road. Yeah. And you got to know like maybe it won't work out. But if in your mind you're like, it's going to work out, then it's going to work out.
You got to know your life isn't going to be like everybody else's, and then you just got to like block all that shit out. Because you're going to see like people, they're building families, they're having kids, they're having, they could buy in a house, all this shit. And then you're probably going to still be on this road. And you're like, that looks kind of fun. But unfortunately, I think if you jump in it, it's going to make it longer. Because how old is Joe Budden?
Shit, he's in 30s. I think closer to 40, man.
He was already a rapper and all that shit. So it's like, it's a long road, bro. You never know.
It's a long road. Yeah, exactly. It takes you a minute. That's
especially like content creating, I guess, too. Our peers are, like you just said, out having families. They're working that corporate job, getting that money, got the nice cars and shit. But content creating, it's really patience. It's literally a marathon. Like Nipsey Hussle, that shit's a marathon with podcasting, bro. And with content creating in general, it's literally patience, bro. Because you can see that person. Like I got friends that do work in nice jobs or they're doing other things. I got friends that are dispensary owners and shit, and they're making moves. So it feels like you're not doing nothing. But with content creation, it takes time because it's literally basically just you or like somebody else. And you got to edit those videos. You got to have those guests. It's like you're on your own type of shit.
You're not seeing any money. So like
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like once you find the love for it, then it all becomes
irrelevant.
Just a fun fucking thing to do, So, yeah, man. Shit, we've been here for an hour and 31 minutes. It's been a fucking hell of a podcast, and it just goes by flying. That's the beauty of this shit. Like once you have shit to talk about, it just goes by flying. Like I'm like, oh shit, an hour and 31 minutes. Like, god damn. But we're gonna ask you one more question, brother, because this is what we ask all of our guests. So if you had to go back in time 5 years from now and tell yourself something to maybe make a change or whatever, what would it be?
Damn. 5 years back.
Oh, at 16, right?
Yeah, 16.
Then we may have to do 3 years with these young niggas.
I'm like 5 years.
He's probably our second youngest son, cause
shit. Y'all just said he was 17, right?
17. Yeah. So you're 21. Yeah.
Shit. I might end up saying the patience thing, bro, for real. Cause I think being patient and kind of just not focusing on the now, because that's one thing that was big when we talked, is you kept saying how you were looking towards the future, and you been on your mind was, what am I doing 5 years from now? What am I doing next year? And I think when you're young and you, like, for instance, if I was 16, I'm so focused, because even in high school, you're so focused on the now and all the drama and all the bullshit going on, that I wish I would have been more focused on the future and having that patience of like,
just block all that bullshit that's happening and be like,
like I don't have it figured out now, but you will one day. Just because you don't know what the fuck's going on right now does not mean you won't know what the fuck's going on 5 years from now or next year, because we get so caught up in what's going on right now and the chaos that's going on. But it won't always be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, like, and you still hella young, so like at this point it's just doing that same shit, tunnel vision, boom. So patience is the important part. That's about it, man. Anything you want to add?
Nah, man. Thanks for
Alex,
stopping by. It was
thanks for having me on, bro.
Yeah, man, appreciate that. We always thankful for taking the time, But we're gonna wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, this is not our last episode. It won't be our last episode. And then go ahead and check out Alex's show. What was it?
I got the Alexander Taylor Show, Intertwined, and Let's Do Therapy. You can listen to
We're
them
gonna link
Spotify,
them.
Apple, YouTube.
Yep.
I do have something to say.
You said what?
I said I do have something to say.
What's up?
Just create some content, stay the fuck inside.
Yes, bro.
And
wash your hands.
I mean, y'all seen it. People are dying. It's gonna get fucking worse.
Exactly. So yeah, this is not gonna be our final podcast. Fuck that bullshit. We're gonna do our best and hopefully shit gets better. So yeah, create content. Now's the right time. So
yes, it is.
That's about it. We're gonna wrap it up. Peace.